What's going on, everybody? This is Intelligent Thoughts Podcast, and you are listening to Intelligent as I talk about some things that happened over the weekend. And it was Super Bowl weekend. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for beating the New England Patriots in the 52nd Super Bowl. Thank God! Finally, the Patriots have lost a Super Bowl. I mean, they've been losing. No, they haven't been losing. They've been winning. They've been having a great winning streak in the Super Bowls, and I'm just so happy there was a team to finally defeat them this year. And it was the Philadelphia Eagles. The score was 41-33, and we are so happy. When I say we, I mean the haters of the New England Patriots. Everybody who can't stand the New England Patriots or Tom Brady, they were against him and they were with Philadelphia. Not even everybody liked Philadelphia, but we were for Philadelphia to win their first Super Bowl. And yesterday, February 4th, 2018, Philadelphia went down as the Super Bowl champions for this year, and they won their first Super Bowl ever. Hey, speaking of, did y'all see Kevin Hart, dumbass, trying to get up there on the stage with the team as they won, trying to accept the award? Like, Kevin Hart, sit down. You ain't nobody special, you little punk ass. Getting all drunk and stuff, trying to get up there, and the security guard would push him on the chest, was like, nope, you ain't getting through. We know who you are, Kevin Hart, but you ain't getting through. This ain't about you today. His little short ass. That was hilarious. He was drunk. He went on the Fox network. He was up there talking, doing an interview, talking to something, and he dropped the F-bomb. And then he got off stage because he realized that he was drunk, and he was embarrassing himself. See, like he said on his Instagram, you should have listened to your wife, Aniko, when she said you need to sit your ass back in the box. You should have went down there.
To all the kids out there, I just want to say don't drink. You know, when alcohol's in your system, you do dumb stuff. Me trying to go on stage with the trophy is definitely in the top 2 stupidest things I've ever done, but who cares? The Eagles won a Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm still a little tipsy, but the world can kiss my ass.
Yeah, wear your socks.
Shut up, bitch. I ain't got socks on because I'm tipsy. And my wife was the first one that said, babe, don't go up there. I told my wife, no, honey, chill out. I got to be up there with my city.
How did it work out?
It didn't work out good. That man did his job, didn't he? He said, Kevin Hart, I know who you are, but you can't be up here. I said, hell if I can't. I went to walk. He put his hand on my chest. Who gives a shit? Go Eagles, fly,
Hey,
fuck it.
Stout, bro, when he put his hand.
No, he was firm.
But your drunk ass wanting to be all popular and famous Kevin Hart. And get down there on the field. Well, guess what? You got embarrassed, you dumbass, all on national television. Yep, we saw you. We saw you, buddy. Speaking of national television, did y'all see the halftime show? Now, I was watching the halftime show, and the house I was watching it in, man, speaking of the house, I'm going to talk about the house later on. The people I was watching, they were for the Patriots. So I was in a house full of people who play sports, and they love to win, and they hate to lose. So they were definitely going for the team that always win, and they were sort of losers for the night. Anyway, the halftime show was with Justin Timberlake, and I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. I thought it was like a regular Justin Timberlake concert on a football field. The only things I liked was when Justin Timberlake was on the NFL logo dancing, and then the Prince thing whenever they did Prince, and then they highlighted new Minneapolis. But other than that, it was just a Justin Timberlake concert. Now the lady I was watching it with, she was sitting there within the first minute. What is this? I gotta watch this? This is terrible. This is horrible. I'm like, you ain't even give it a chance. You ain't even watch it for like 3 minutes. You don't even know what's going to go on. Just hush. She was talking throughout the whole thing. But she was hilarious, though. I was laughing at the things she was saying. But anyway, the Justin Timberlake show, I mean, the halftime show, I thought it could have been better, you know. You're at a Super Bowl. It should be great. It should be great, not just mediocre, you know what I mean? Like, Lady Gaga jumped down from the roof. Did she really? I don't know. But Beyonce, she, like, killed it. Bruno Mars can do an awesome job. Like, Michael Jackson, you know, Prince. Like, it has to be great, fabulous, you know what I mean? Like, the first time, Justin Timberlake, when you performed, you made it great. Why? Because you showed Janet Jackson's titty. In fact, Janet Jackson was sitting at home, was like, she sent a text, was like, hey, it ain't a halftime show without a titty showing. And I said the same thing in my tweets the day before. I was like, oh, it's titty appreciation. Oh, no, it's Janet Jackson Appreciation Day. Yes, yesterday was Janet Jackson Appreciation Day, and everybody was streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, they were streaming Janet Jackson music all day yesterday for Janet Jackson Appreciation Day because me personally, and I tweeted this, I believe Janet Jackson should have performed at the Super Bowl halftime show before Justin Timberlake got a second chance. You know what I mean? Because I believe it was his fault that embarrassed her, pulling her outfit in the first place, that revealed her titty, and then all the backlash went towards Janet Jackson. Well, as a women appreciation, like, we should, like, and plus Black History Month, we should at least give Janet Jackson a apology and say, you know what, it wasn't your fault that your titty showed out during Super Bowl halftime. Let's let you perform this year for Super Bowl halftime, and then next year Justin Timberlake. Or Justin Timberlake could have done a surprise feature on Janet Jackson's halftime show. But it was, like I said, just okay. I like Justin Timberlake and I like his music. Ooh, speaking of his music, he just released his latest album. What is it? Wolf in the Woods or something like that. Something in the Woods. I don't know. I'm butchering it right now. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna let y'all know. But I listened to it. You know, the singles that he released are really good. But when you listen to the rest of the album, it's like, oh man, what happened? Like, I really like his 2020 Experience album. I really enjoyed that. I really liked his Future Sex Love Sound album. That was like my #1 top Justin Timberlake album. But this new Justin Timberlake album, Man of the Woods, yeah, silence. Like we're sitting in the woods hearing nothing right now. That's what it sounded like. Anyway, next thing that went into the news this weekend was Kylie Jenner. She broke the... No, I ain't gonna say she broke the internet, but yesterday morning I was on Instagram and I saw this post and it came from Kylie Jenner. I read it, and it really said, what it said was, Kylie Jenner has been MIA through social media for the past 9 months because she did announce that she was pregnant, and she didn't want to show any pictures or anything throughout her pregnancy because she wanted to embrace this pregnancy by herself without everybody being in her business, and she wanted to be stress free from being in public without stressing the baby out. So I understand, Kylie Jenner. Congratulations to you. She finally had her baby February 1st. She had a daughter with Travis Scott. They announced it 3 days later. So Kylie Jenner is 20 years old. She had a boy. Her boyfriend, Travis Scott, whose real name is Jacquees Webster. For those who don't know, he's 25 years old. He's from Houston, Texas. I believe he's from Houston, Texas. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, they had a child together. And for the longest time, Kylie Jenner was dating Tyga. I'm pretty sure he was trying to impregnate her. But, you know, they had that whole family drama where Tyga's baby mama, Blac Chyna, dated Kylie Jenner's stepbrother, what's his name? Rob Kardashian. And then, should I say her half-brother? Her half-brother, not stepbrother, I'm sorry. And then Rob Kardashian had a baby with Blac Chyna, and then Kylie and Tyga broke up. Because it just would have been odd if they would have had a kid together. It'd just be cousins and brothers and what the hell? Freaky family. So Kylie Jenner decided she wanted to date the next black rapper she could. And this rapper is actually more famous than Tyga, so I don't blame her for going for Travis Scott. And he's younger, and he's more in the music scene than Tyga was. Tyga only did features. Like, did he really have any albums? He probably did, but it wasn't nothing big for us to pay attention to like Travis Scott did. Butterfly Effect. Anyway, so congratulations to Kylie Jenner. I really don't like talking about the Caitlyn, the Kardashians and the Jenners, but I'm gonna say congratulations to her because she is fucking bomb as hell. Her body is sexy, even though it's been modified. Alright, so next up we're gonna say, since we're talking about babies, congratulations to Juicy J. That's right, ATL rapper Juicy J, and I'm saying he's the ATL rapper because he is from, he stays in Atlanta, but he is really from Memphis, Tennessee. His real name is Jordan Michael, Juicy J welcomes a baby girl with his wife, Virginia Peretta. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but I know she's a Houston. Because they're married. Juicy J, 42 years old, welcome a baby girl February 2nd. The name is Kamai, Kamai, Houston. However you pronounce that. You know, all these black people be having these weird-ass names. Like, for instance, my sister named her daughter Kamaya. I was sending her a text yesterday trying to spell the daughter's name, and I couldn't even spell it right. I was like, in parentheses, however you spell her name. And I spelled her name Kamaya, however you spell her name in parentheses. And then I wrote it again, a different way, however you spell her name in parentheses. My sister had to type her name in right for me. However y'all black people be spelling these little African children names, keep it up. Keep it up. It just amuses me as I have to pronounce them. Anyway, congratulations to Juicy J and his wife for their baby girl. Also, congratulations for baby announcement. Ayesha Curry announced that she is pregnant with their third child. Come on. Child. Can I talk today? Congratulations, Steph Curry. Man, you are a three-point shooter and a three-point shooter in the bed. This is your third child. Congratulations, man. He is just killing the game right now. Now, everybody right now, when I was looking at social media and we all saw that Ayesha Curry was trending on Twitter, people was like looking like, oh, man, what does Ayesha do now? What did her big mouth do now? And then we look and see that she announced that she's pregnant. We were like, wipe your brow. Phew, good. She's good. She's not in the media for the wrong reason. But congratulations, Ayesha Curry. She is pregnant with her third child. And everybody on social media is now like, oh, we hope that Steph Curry gets his boy, his son, his prodigy that he's been, I'm pretty sure, trying to shoot for. His three-point shot. So this might be the third one that gets into the bucket. His son. Oh! Alright. So that's all that I want to say that happened in the news. Not much. But the topic I'm going to get on today is about greatness. When I was watching the Super Bowl, I was watching the Super Bowl yesterday with my brother and his family. And their family is very competitive. They play basketball, they play sports. They're very competitive. My brother, he coaches basketball teams, AAU, and middle school, high school, one of those. And his son played basketball all the way through his life in Chicago, and then he went for college, but he didn't finish. And I'm telling all their business, but I'm not going to tell their name. I'm hoping I'm not. But they are like really very competitive people. They love to win. They get state championships, rings, everything. But the funny thing is, they don't like to lose. And when I was hearing that, and they asked me when I was sitting down, they were like, who are you rooting for? I said, I'm going for the Eagles. And they were like, you going for the Eagles? Why? I said, because, I'm tired of the Patriots always winning. He was like, but their greatness. This is his son was talking to me now. He was like, their greatness. Greatness deserves to win. Greatness is gonna win, and he was going for Patriots saying, they're gonna win because their greatness and stuff like that. I said, in response, I understand, but sometimes it's okay to be humble and understand when it's, when you're. It's okay to be great, but it's okay to be humble. And they're not at the point. They're not humble anymore. They're just thinking that they're the best. So they need to be humbled down by losing by the Eagles. I guess my logic doesn't make sense to others, but it probably makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So he was like, what? Because they're great, that means they should win. I was like, whatever. Anyway, so we watched the game, and we didn't get too much in the argument, but we watched the game, and we watched as the Eagles were whooping that ass, okay? And the Patriots came out once, took over the lead, but the Eagles was right there behind them, and they came back and whooped that ass and beat them. Well, as the last minute of the game was going on, I made a statement, and we were noticing that the Patriots were losing. And I said, you know what? I've noticed that this year has been a year of redefining greatness. And then they were like, what are you talking about? I was like, things that used to be great, we're realizing are not great anymore. I mean, they're still great, but you know, they're losing their greatness because something else is now becoming great. You know, there's other things that we define as great. And the guy was like, what are you talking about? You like, just because they lose a game, that doesn't make them great? No, I said, no, I'm not saying that. I said, you know, things like certain situations are not happening. You know, like Jay-Z didn't win one single Grammy this year. And he's the greatest rapper, so everybody says he's the greatest rapper, right? And then I was like, you know, the Patriots aren't winning the Super Bowl, and they're the greatest team, right? You know, some of the greatest things that we know are great are being replaced with what we are now reconsidering as great. I mean, yeah, winning the most Super Bowls will make you great. And, you know, being the top paid rapper can make you great. But there's other aspects that can make somebody else greater than you're great. And I'm not trying to knock anybody's greatness. And he was pretty much saying that I was trying to knock somebody's greatness. He was getting upset. Man, I tell you, he got heated. Like, his voice got raised to a 10. And then I sat there and I let him talk. He yelled for like a minute and a half. And then he got quiet and I started to say my part. And as I said something, and he started to interrupt me, he said, no, let me speak. I said, no, you had your minute and a half of speaking. And then my other brother, he interrupted us because he knew I was going to go in on his ass. So he stopped me from cussing his ass out. And it was a good move because I didn't want to, you know, embarrass that little kid in his own house. And he then went arguing me about Jay-Z. He was like, what makes you say Jay-Z's not great? I said, Jay-Z, I'm not saying Jay-Z's not great, but I'm saying we're redefining greatness. Like, there's other things that can make somebody great. Just because you are known to be great don't mean you are great. He was like, what were you saying? Who's greater than Jay-Z? I said, I'm not saying other people are greater than Jay-Z, but I will say that Nas is greater than Jay-Z, to me, in my eyes. You know what I mean? I feel like Nas' lyrics are a lot better than Jay-Z's lyrics. So this dude wanted to argue me and be like, no, you going to tell me that Nas is the greatest? I said, no, I didn't say Nas is the greatest. I said there's other, you know, redefining greatness. What makes you great isn't what you think makes great people great. He was like, are you kidding me? He was like, Jay-Z is the top paid rapper right now. He has so many albums, man. He has over 13 albums. He was like going in talking about, you know, Jay-Z, and he was just claiming Jay-Z's greatness. But he was like missing out on what I was trying to say. And I was telling him, like, there are other people who are doing great things surpass Jay-Z. Like, if you pay attention, Drake right now is hitting the top of the Billboard charts, beating Jay-Z in what I think most singles hitting the Billboards, I believe. I think I recently read that on something, but don't quote me on that. But I believe there are people who are surpassing Jay-Z. Jay-Z has 13 albums. That dude was claiming that Jay-Z has like 13 albums. Well, E40 has 20 albums. You know what I mean? Just because Jay-Z's net worth is $810 million. This is according to Wikipedia. Jay-Z sold Jay-Z made 13 solo studio albums. He has 100 million claimed sales, according to the Billboard charts. According to Billboards, MTV, streams, all that. Claimed sales. Jay-Z is the #1 album sold by solo artists on Billboard 200 with 14. He has 14. Yeah. Anyway, I read that from Wikipedia. Anyway, but come on now. There are a lot of other rappers who are reaching that greatness. Like I said, according to XXMag, you have E40 who have 20 albums. You have Nas who have 11 albums. Snoop who have 14 albums. Gucci Mane who got 10 albums and still pulling out more albums every year. Lil Wayne got 11 albums. Scarface got 10 albums. Tech 9, 16 albums. Master P got 14 albums and he ain't even released nothing in like decades. Like Ghostface Killah, 12 albums. Just because Jay-Z is known as one of the top rappers does not mean he's the greatest rapper, because there are other rappers who are doing just great things, but people are not acknowledging it because they don't have the Jay-Z name. There are other people who listen to other rappers who give them credit as being the greatest, other than Jay-Z. I mean, listen to this. Eminem, believe it or not. And a lot of people don't want to compare Eminem to Jay-Z because Eminem's a white rapper. And a lot of people don't like white rappers, appropriating hip-hop. But it's okay, because music is music. And if you make music, we're going to compare. Eminem, 10 #1 albums, 15 Grammys. Eminem has 155 million claimed sales. Rewind, can we go back to what Jay-Z has? 100 million claimed sales? Even Kanye West has over 155 million claimed, 121 million claimed sales. More than Jay-Z. Does that make Kanye West the greatest rapper? In my eyes, he's a lot better than Jay-Z. What makes somebody great? Anything can make somebody great. I went and looked up the definition of greatness. And greatness is the unusual and considerable in degree, power, and intensity. Or being such an extreme or notable degree. Now, we're going to use greatness as a noun. A person who has achieved importance or distinction in a field. Now, the reason I say read this definition out is because in that kid's eye, greatness was somebody who has the top stats. Because he's a basketball player. He looks at stats. He looks at who has the most wins, who has the most points, who has the most yards, who that's what he looks at. That makes you great. But there are a lot of other things that make you great. Is what makes you, what do you do throughout your community? Do you give back? Do you help out whenever people are in need? I would say now, if that dude wanted to come argue with me and say Jay-Z's great because of the things he do outside of hip-hop, I would be like, you know what? You are right. Jay-Z has given over $1 million back to the Hurricane Katrina people dealing with Hurricane Katrina. Jay-Z has given back so much to, African countries. He has given back money. Now, if you want to say that he's great because he's just an all-around great person, and he has businesses, and he has, awesome wife, and a banging-ass wife, Beyonce, and he's making money, and he's just great because of that, I would be like, yo, dude, you know what? You might have a point. But that doesn't make you great just because you have the top number album sales or you make the most best albums and you get Grammy nominations. What? No.
Gosh, dog, it's okay, Jay-Z. You got 21 Grammy awards. He'll be fine missing out on this one, not getting one on this one. He'll just go back in the studio and just work harder. Sometimes you gotta let your greatness be passed along to somebody else.
Dude, what makes you great is what makes is the definition in your own mind. To me, I find somebody who is an all-around great person who gives back and who set, like this definition says, who is distinction in a field, who sets themselves apart, who keeps going and gives back and does everything they can. I consider them great. Now, there's a lot of other people, rappers, athletes who are trying to achieve that greatness, and for you to claim that one person who holds the title and always will hold the title is only going to be the greatest person and nobody else is going to be great, that really is like a low blow for anybody else who attempts, even yourself who isn't great yourself. Now, you got to leave room for you saying greatness. You got to leave room. There's a whole pool of greatness that can happen. And it's not just one person, one team that can make that greatness. There's abundance of greatness that can happen. I know a lot of people are like, oh, LeBron James is the greatest. LeBron James is the greatest. What's LeBron James doing now? His team is losing. The greatness, I wanted to say LeBron James was another name I was going to bring up. I mean, just because you're great at one time, you got to be humble and know that you're not going to be great all the time. I believe Steph Curry's a lot better than LeBron James. But, everybody wants to say LeBron James is the greatest. Cool. According to stats, yeah, you probably can say that. But it's who's humble and who carries the sportsmanship outside of the court. That's what makes you great. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Oh, speaking of greatness, Taylor Swift and Rihanna got more sales than Jay-Z. I just had to put that in there. It's your boy, Intelligent, and I am out.